BYB Extreme Fighting Series proudly presents Brawl 1, the Brawl for It All.
Wow. There it is. Everybody's talking about it. BYB. Pretty sick stuff right there. Welcome back to a Guy Think Podcast live experience, episode 85. We're cooking, baby. We're cooking. Even during this coronavirus, COVID-19, we don't care. We're going to keep going no matter what. And the guest that I have on this evening, same thing. He keeps going no matter what. And he's a great guy, and I can't wait to have him on. Real quick, before we invite him in, just wanted to say welcome, obviously, to the live experience. Welcome back, Guy Think Podcast. And also follow at guythinkpodcast.com, all over social media, and the website, guythinkpodcast.com, and subscribe. That helps me grow the show. Shout out to Frank Cristiano at Cross Country Mortgages. He's still closing loans during this virus. He wears a hazmat suit at the closings. Check him out, 561-504-1278. Deck Masters of South Florida, same thing. Hazmat suits, hand sanitizers, gloves. They're doing it all. They're putting decks together right here, South Florida. Deckmasters of SouthFlorida.com. This episode is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Freak for all your bare knuckle news. Check them out all over social media, Facebook, Instagram. It's the next big thing in news for bare knuckle. So check them out. Without further ado, you may have known him from Dawg Fight on Netflix, all over TV. You may have seen him fight Kimbo Slice, and now BYB, my man DADA 5000. DADA, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Hey, listen, it's a pleasure to be on board this evening. 305, what up? Yeah, it's looking kind of rough. I know I need a cut, but inside these tough times with this coronavirus, I guess I got to tough it out.
Yeah, everybody's trying to tough it out now. What have you been doing since this whole lockdown, the curfews and everything going on with this virus? What have you been doing to keep busy?
Well, just strategizing, man, because creative minds never take a day off. We're only as good as our last outing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, we're our only competition. And it's about reaching one and teaching one, and together, we could get to the end result, and that's to all be successful. And to put out the best shows when it comes down to bare knuckle experiences. History repeats itself. So I just been sitting back, just strategizing, just putting, 2 and 2 together to come up with something good for everybody.
Yeah, I actually, Sheena Starr's been on my podcast quite a few times, and she actually fought at your last event. I think she was kind of called in last minute. She was going to fill in or something like that.
Yeah, actually, we're looking to get her on a future card. She stepped in. She was stellar. She held it down with my two brothers as one of the broadcasters, and a phenomenal job she did. And for those who missed it, BYB Brawl at the Rock 3 will air worldwide on Fight TV April the 3rd. Yeah, April 3rd.
Nice. Now, based on everything that's going on, how are you guys handling that for that event?
Well, insecurity is first, for the fighters, for the staff. We got a good understanding with the Hard Rock, so we're taking it one day at a time, because without any fighters, without any staff, we have no event, and these are the same principles that I, implied inside the backyard, and I think that, we pretty much got it down pat. We're stretching it out, a couple months down the line. So when you look at this next show, we're going to have bigger superstars. That Trigon Cage is a star in its own right. It's the fourth man in the ring, I call it, because you have yourself, you have your opponent, you have the ref, and you have that point. You don't want to get caught inside that point. If you do, it's going to be a short night at the office.
Oh yeah, man. I watched quite a few of the fights, man. And actually, I wanted to pull one up right now just to give the viewers an example of what this trigon looks like. Because, I mean, you want to talk? Joey Angelo's in the chat. What's up, Joey? He said it's very close quarters in there, man. So yeah, there's no way to run in there. I mean, check this out. Look at this. I mean, now what's the dimensions, Dada?
187 degrees of pure mayhem.
I see that. I mean, look at this. There's no way to go. You know?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. So what gave you this idea to do the trigon?
Wanted to be different, wanted to challenge myself. Inside the backyard, I was speaking with 50 Cent, Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him some of my ideas, and he was like, Dada, you're already at the head of the game. Now you want to take it to a whole nother level, so you have to definitely take it above and beyond normal reach. I'm talking about like to optimum reaches. And I said to myself, we did the 12x12 close combat, right? Close quarters. The ring was designed to promote confrontation. And I said, okay, that was done. Now, when you look at shapes, the octagon, MMA fighters have always fought in the octagon. The squared circle, the ring, boxers and wrestlers, right? Out of all of the shapes, the hexagon, the circle and all this other stuff, I said, they overlook the most dominant fighting forum ever, which is the triangle. So much history, so much confusion, so much interest is around one shape like no other. And that's the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, right?
Yep.
The triangle is on the back of your money. The triangle, is the pyramids. People are still trying to figure out how DADA 5000 did it like the pyramids, And I think that, the triangle is the most perfectly designed fighting, forum. And on the 7th of March, the world saw those who came out, which we had a limit seating to 3,000. And when you look at the corona, when you look at Kobe Bryant's death, when you look at the Super Bowl, when you look at other promotions going on, everything that we could have thought about encountering, showed up. And shout out to Kobe Bryant's family, RIP to everybody that was involved.
Absolutely.
My prayers goes out to them. The Super Bowl, we didn't want to market or promote doing none of those, spectacles there, because it would have been like pissing in the wind. So, we took the high road and we utilized the time that we did have, which was give or take roughly about 30 days, and we still managed to put over 2,000 butts in chairs with all of the stuff that's going on. So imagine if we have a full campaign. Oh man, that's one for the ages.
Yeah, it is, man. I was talking again. I was talking to Sheeta, and Joey just said it too. He said the dimensions are a phone booth, and that's a term that Sheena used too. But and for fighters, like you said, that are used to the octagon, they're used to the squared circle, that changes the game for people now. Your strategy is now different because you're so close to one another. And I think people that are experienced against guys or girls that are not as experienced, I think it evens the playing field a little bit more, in my opinion, just because of that, because now they're both experiencing something for the first time or just something that they're not used to.
Definitely, and it gives the opponent something else to look forward to as far as like to focus their attention on. And that's their opponent who they're facing, like not letting them gain leverage and putting them inside one of those corners. Listen, those corners have names. You have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Once a fighter go down, when they come up, they're going to be totally different. They're going to walk different. They're going to talk different. They're going to look different. They're going to think different. It's like those are teachers' corners. You go in one of those corners, you're going to come out. You're going to be a lot smarter because you have learned something. I don't want to be there. I don't like being there. So I really feel like that's the new wave. Is catching on, and the world can see the method to its madness. Those who missed it, this April on the 3rd.
Yep. Yeah. Now, what I want something else I wanted to ask you too. At the last event, we saw Shannon Briggs, and you and Shannon took a pic, and things are popping all over social media. And I don't make any opinions until I talk to the source. So now that I got you here, what's going on with Shannon Briggs and BYB?
I think Shannon is awesome, man. He self-promoted himself, when everybody thought he was probably lost and forgotten about with the Let's Go champ. The
Love
guy
it.
hasn't fought and he's blazing like the sun, He's one of the most feared, he has over 60 plus fights, he has a stellar record, and he trains every day. He busts his butt in the gym day in, day out. And I really feel like, he has what it takes to come on board in any form, especially bare knuckle, and be a problem, So he stated his level of interest. So, his people is talking with our people, and hopefully we could put something together. And again, to have a pioneer like Shannon on board in any forum, the real winners will be the fans who get a chance to see a two-time WBO world champion perform and bare knuckle.
Now, if Shannon signs on with you guys, do you have anybody in mind that you'd like to see him go up against in the Trigon?
Definitely. Listen, we have a lot of fighters. Keep one thing in mind, that this lineage goes back to 05. When Kimbo was fighting. We have a harem, of talent. So at the end of the day, it's like there's no shortage. It's about who would be, a good matchup for the champ. And that's what the matchmaker Stacey Hunt and myself, will probably, weed through. Shannon has stated interest in fighting Rodriguez, and a couple others. We're in a position to make anything happen at this point. A lot of people slept on what I was doing inside the backyard. And I just want to let the fans know, a lot of them just heard of me because of Netflix Dawg Fight, or the Kimbo fight, but we've been around like for years after that, maybe before that, and got nominated for 2 Emmys on NBC, Rolling Stones multiple times, ESPN, the magazine, ESPN E60, National Geographics, EA Sports, Washington Post, Mike and Mike, and the list goes on and on, Vice Media, you name it, we've done it. We got corporate America to trade in their suits and ties for baseball hats and tennis shoes to come on down to sunny South Florida. And, again, it was all about the fans. I was just a mouthpiece, to get the people of interest to come out, because I told them that the greatest show on earth just may be coming out of a backyard.
I love how you put that, man. Now I want to ask you, like, we'll take it back a little bit, but what got you into fighting? What was that? I know you're, originally from the Bahamas and Miami. What got you involved in just getting into street fights?
Well, this is it. I'm cut from that cloth. The same thing with Kimbo Slice. Ryan is no different than anybody else's city. You have tough neighborhoods everywhere. The only difference is we document it and we reported on it. That's why the world can identify with it. And I didn't want to get beat twice, me personally, because your mom sent you to school to get an education, not to get pumped, pushed upside the head, and ran home. And everybody knows everybody, and everybody's some kid. So if you get beat up on this end, it's like bad news is going to beat you home. So before you even go home, right, they already know what happened to you. So it's like, what happened? And you're going to get beat twice. So that puts a chip right here. You carry it with you. And you learn, like, yo, listen, I'm no engine, but I know whoa talk when I hear it. So I ain't waiting on no bell. Hey, you get tore up at the house a couple times, you ain't waiting on no bell. So as soon as the person say the wrong thing, they might as well stop timeout, because we already know where this is going from here. We might as well get to it, and that spawned something, and I started seeing, that you had individuals that could not, I knew what they had because I was around them, and I knew what they didn't have. Right. Most of these individuals, they couldn't read or write, and if they could read, they couldn't comprehend what they were reading. So they were still in the dark. right? Most of them, they got 2 strikes, they was working on a third, and these are generally good people. They just had a bad break, So here I am, I'm creating outlets for them to say, hey, listen, I could put this on. And that's the one thing that I did that Kimbo Slice, didn't do. Kimbo made it about him, right? And that was good at that time because, no one knew where this stuff was going. But what I did was I took it and created a business. And I gave everybody blue, red, green, round, brown, orange, an opportunity. If you think you got what it takes, that's not up for me to decide. That's up for your opponent to show you, and again, may the best man win.
Yeah. And now when you started holding these backyard brawls, what was the was your intention always, let's get this thing on social media, let's get it on YouTube, let's get people to watch this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. In the initial beginning, I was more or less like, I'm going to do these fights. I'm going to put snippets on social media and have people go to the website. But when those networks went to calling, my game plan changed overnight. So I was like, this is bigger than me. So I never made it about me, and I just continued working. There was some good days, there was some bad days, but I did it because I understood that people started depending on me. These things was like Mardi Gras, man. You have people out there cooking food, people out there washing cars, selling fake purses, kids running around, snow cones machines, bounce houses, entertainment, the matches, corporate America out, the networks out, the scouts out, man, we had them all out, man. And, for that one moment in time, everybody could agree on something, for the first time in a long time. Like, this is benefiting the community. This was a stimulus packet all in itself.
Yeah. I mean, after watching, obviously watching Dawg Fight, which I got a question from Joey Angelo. Joey would like to know, when is Dawg Fight 2 hitting Netflix, or when is it coming out?
Joey, my man. Okay. We are tying that up now, so it's gonna definitely come out, this year. We're pushing, like the summer or maybe shortly after. It's so much. Keep one thing in mind, gentlemen, and ladies out there that's viewing, keep one thing in mind, and it's this, that we film, years sometimes collecting footage and data. So we got thousands of hours of footage, and it's all good stuff. These documentaries are only like an hour and 49 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. So the real magic happens inside the editing room, and I sincerely take my hat off, to the great team at Rack and Tour, because they really got their work, cut out for them. And they want, the guys to really shine and get that light, because who else has networks like Netflix backing them like how we have? We came from the backyard. If I would have told people, man, listen, I'm going to get nominated for 2 Emmys. We're going to get a project on Netflix. We're going to get another one on Netflix. I'm going to go ESPN. I'm going to work with Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino. I'm going to go Mike. I'm going to do all these things. And you'd be like, how are you going to do this? I'm going to do it hosting fights right out of my grandmother's backyard. Yeah, right. They really thought I was crazy. I was nuts. But guess what? I am crazy. I am nuts. So they might as well take it up a step higher and call me insane, because I did everything that individuals said I couldn't do, and I forever changed the game.
It's unreal, man. Like, did you ever think, honestly, that this was going to be where it's at today? Did it ever cross your mind? Like, obviously you're a guy that is a businessman. You believe in yourself. You got the confidence. Did you ever think it would get to the level it's at right now?
Believe it or not, I did. That's why I'm DADA 5,000 and we're just in 2020. I was always ahead of the game, with my thinking, with the way that I moved, the things that I did. I always left people puzzled and like, how did he do that? Like I was a magician in a sense. No, but, I'm from Nebulon. That's on another galaxy. That's why a lot of things that I did never really made sense, And I really feel like when I first started doing the backyard, I knew where we were, and I knew where it could be, right? I knew where it could be. And a lot of people, they couldn't see it. Like, we flew out to LA, with a couple, major league producers, and we went to 51 Mine, Left Field, Bunner and Murray, Evolution. We went to everybody, but it wasn't there at that time for them. Now everybody's calling me, and now they see it. And to all of the individuals that are doing, you have a lot of people all around that's doing it. I tell people, like, listen, I mean, I feel like I'm the grandfather, of it, because we did it and we put the blueprints to the game online and television for the world to see, but make no mistake about it. The best deal with the best. I'm like Michael Jordan. I'm like, the best of the best. I could take some time off and still come back, and make my presence felt, So at that being said, it's like me being the person that I am and doing the things, that I've done, it probably is like wild to others, but I knew back then, where it was and where it could be. Now you can only imagine that we're here, I'm so far ahead, you need binoculars to see.
I love it, man. I love that confidence. I love that willpower, and obviously, seeing it, a lot of people, they have goals, they have dreams, but they don't know how to get there. And I think it's all mind over matter, man. So what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense to me. And where do you see BYB going from today moving forward?
Oh, heading down, the path to becoming the next billion-dollar sport. Let me tell you something, man, that damn ring is unprecedented. We have the cage, and we have the ring. The ring is what we debuted at the Hard Rock because we weren't doing MMA. We wasn't doing 8 limbs. We were doing, bare knuckle. And let me tell you something. People were going to sleep like they took some damn Sudafed or something. And the champ was looking like, DADA, I could get more knockouts, And when you have that competitive spirit, that's all you need. You just need the heart, and the love and the passion for what you're doing, and you definitely will be somebody to take serious, and definitely we're going to keep going. Listen, this coronavirus, we're going to beat that, and we're going to beat the ratings. We're going to do everything that we need to do and put BYB right where it needs to be, at the head of sports and entertainment.
Absolutely. And, speaking, you were saying about your presence being felt. It was felt. You were at, and I met you at the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship number 10 in Fort Lauderdale. That's where we met. And what was it like for you, as a fan, just sitting back and watching another promotion that's doing really well? What was that like for you?
Like, phew, the pressure is off me for once, just to sit back and enjoy yourself, and listen, even when you look at those individuals over there, I think they have a nice campaign. I enjoyed myself. We went out there, seeing the layout, but it's a growing experience for everybody that's involved.
Yep.
And again, when I sat down, I said to myself, when I stand back up, I'm going to be at the forefront. And we inspired everybody, even them. We inspired them to do what they're doing. Shamrock and his group and everybody else around the world. Because when Kimbo Slice fought the dude, Big D, that was back in 2005. When he fought him and he fucked his eye up, right? Nobody on the planet was hotter than that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was talking about bare knuckle on those levels. And I came up right under him. And we created an inferno, and the world seen those flames from Miami. Back in the UK, they seen it.
Yep.
Back in Ireland, they seen it.
Yep.
Back in Russia, they seen it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big, of a noise we made, and even though he's not here, it's okay, because, I'm doing this for every fallen soldier that pioneered this movement. They may be gone, but they'll never be forgotten about, and listen, I'm just getting warm, from punchlines to phrases, getting the biggest and the best in sports and entertainment, on board to come out to BYB Extreme. Hey, listen, we make the weekends.
Got that right. That's going to be, I can't wait to see the next event, April 3rd at the Hard Rock. I'm a local, so, I definitely would like to be there. Hopefully everything is good and we can get this.
The April 3rd is going to be aired worldwide on Fight TV. It's really the March 7th show. But because of Corona, it slowed us up, or we would already been rocking and rolling you know, on Brawl 4. So now we're back to the drawing boards to come out and make Brawl 4 at the Rock, right again at Hollywood Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, you know, and I got to give them a shout out. Shout out to everybody on the team, you know, that make these things possible. You know, the Seminole, the Tribe, etc. BYB Extreme, Team 5000. You know, we come together, we form like Voltron, like Optimus Prime, and we get her done. You know, Brawl 4, you know, is going to be something right out of, you know, an enchantment. When you see how we put this show together, you know, the people are going to be like, they have arrived.
The CEO of Celebrity Boxing's in the chat, Damon Feldman, and he says, Dada, what's up?
Hey, Damon, my man. You know, I was supposed to do something with Dame, you know, a while ago, you know, and I don't know if it wasn't the right, you know, the right timing. But Damon is a great dude, you know, the brother of Dave, you know, and he does the celebrity boxing. You know, I've been a fan of that stuff there, you know, and hopefully, you know, sooner than later, we could probably put something like that together. You know what I'm saying, Dame? You know, and again, it's all about raising the bar, you know, with me, you know, and I'm never stopping. Man, listen, I'm so full of ideas and so forth like that. Even with wrestling, man, I'm in talks with doing some great stuff over there as well, and I'm coming out, you know what I'm saying, top tier, you know, so I have multiple things that's going on. I'm not just one-dimensional, but everything that I do is going to be explosive. It's going to pack more explosives than a stick of TNT. Believe me.
Dude, you could, hey, wrestling, you could definitely dig that, man, because you could cut a promo. I could see that already, man.
Hey,
you got away with words, bro. You're a poet.
I'm talking about jumping off the top ring ropes and all.
That would be great, man. Hey, I know.
The Rock is awesome.
Oh,
but listen, I'm coming with that. The world gonna see. The world gonna see from punchlines to catchphrases. Long after the show is over, people are gonna be still reciting what I stated before I went out to that ring.
I believe it. You know, a lot of things in wrestling today with the promos, it's very dry. I at least, you know, watching like the guys like The Rock who could, I mean, entertain the world. You know, today's a little different. But I think a guy like you gets into the WWE ring, cuts a promo, like you said, nobody's gonna forget. You're entertaining, man. It's so easy to talk to you, you know? So
I tell you like this, coming from where I come from, right? And I want everybody to understand this, you know, with lack of resources, because I didn't have nobody, you know, making the calls on my behalf. I didn't have nobody with a bag full of cash. I didn't have nobody, you know, that could have, you know, take me from point A to point B, right? So because of a sincere lack of resources, it created opportunity for me to be creative, you know? So with those opportunities, I said, okay, well, I have to know my strong points. And I took it and I ran with it, you know? And now sky's truly, you know, the limit. People want to come over. They want to be a part of what we got going on because they know where we come from. This is homemade. This scratch is like a batch of, you know, Colonel fried chicken. You know, like you said, you got the recipe. A grandmama's cooking. You know what I'm saying? Those biscuits that your parents made from scratch. That's what we're doing. So people can appreciate that because we got it off the muscle. You know, we cut our teeth, you know what I'm saying, on the mean streets like everybody else. Again, we're no better than nobody else. We just documented and reported on it, and the world can identify with it. And that's what it became in the greens.
I want to ask you this, Dada. Out of everything you've been through in your life, you know, growing up in the streets, fighting, everything, what do you think the most important lesson you learned in your life that changed you?
Discipline. Discipline. Always lending a hand to the smaller man. You know, never putting yourself first, right? Never putting you inside of a position that people could put you on that pedestal, like this is that guy. No, I'm just a spokesman for the movement. I'm just a representative for the culture. You know, I work for the people. You know, I work for the people because without them, I'm nothing. I would have nothing.
Right.
You know. I'm just creating the blueprints for the world to follow, to be successful, you know? And never let a person tell you what you can't do. That T is silent. Take that T off because you can't achieve all and everything that you set your mind and your heart you know what I'm saying, to do, you know, and that's what I did. You know, listen, I've heard my fair share of no's that you don't have what it takes or this will never work. People have told me, you know, oh, you guys think that bare knuckle is going to be a sport? No, it's going to be the sport. Because before boxing and MMA became what they are today, they were doing this bare knuckle. Go back to the early UFC days. Shoney Carter, Ken Shamrock, you know, the Gracies, you know, and it wasn't no weight classes and it was bare knuckles. The same thing with Jack Johnson and them boys back in the days. So how could they be mad at us? You know what I'm saying? We're the historians. We are the gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying, of how these leagues, you know what I'm saying, originated from. History repeats itself, like afros, bell bottoms, and braids. So it's now our time to come around. This time, we're here to stay.
Yep, I believe it. Now, I got to tell you, I talk to a lot of people, DADA, a lot of people from all walks of life, you know, and I like what you just said. You know, you're for the people. You like to lend a helping hand. It's what I do with my podcast. I like to help people get the word out and talk and promote what they're doing, you know, and you're doing something great. Now, for the kids that are coming up that are, you know, from the street, from the hood, that don't have the resources, you know, and feel like, you know, they don't have the opportunities that other people in the world have. What is your advice to those kids? Because I know these kids are going to be watching this.
My advice to them is this. And before I speak on it, I come from Paran, right? Inner city, poverty-stricken, low economics, education, you know what I'm saying, is only as good as the people that are enforcing it in your life, right? Kids having kids, kids raising kids. If I could have run for president and it was up for the kids in Paran, you know what I'm saying? If it was up to them, I would win hands down because I'm there. From book bag drives, from toys, from turkeys, from just giving my time, you know? And we have more influence on these kids' lives than most of their parents because they see us and they see us on TV and they see us on the internet and they hear about us doing all these things. That's great responsibility. Spider-Man said, with great powers come great responsibilities. Even if you chose to acknowledge it or accept it or not, it's placed on you and it's up to you to carry that out. So for me, when I look at the kids, I tell them, do as I say, not as I do. But if you feel like you're athletic, if you feel that you have a passion, you know, it's the right way. And that is to learn these skills and these techniques, you know. You are a student first, athlete second. So these will be student athletes, you know, and we can't change what they do until we change what they know. So when they know better, then we can hold them accountable and then we can expect them to do better. So it's about accountability, you know, for me. And these kids, they get it. They come to me with their report cards. They're happy, you know. They can't wait to show what they've done, the transformation from point A to point B, you know. And it's just like I'm a pillar of strength inside the community. I just, you know, love being someone that can make a difference.
Yeah, and you're obviously doing it, man. You're obviously doing it. People are paying attention to the things that you're doing, and you're doing it the right way. You're doing it the right way. You're making friends, not enemies, and I love that, man, because that's important, you know.
Well,
and
my mom always said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know, and silence is golden, and that takes me a long way. You know, I'm for the people. I'm for the people. You know. I'm 6'3", maybe a quarter of an inch bigger than last year, but such a unique, iconic figure, you know.
You are, man.
That's Chef Rock, by the way. I can't take credit for this, Chef Rock. But I just would like to say that, yo, listen, BYB Extreme, that stands for Backyard Brawls, right? Extreme Fighting Championships. You know, there's so many different facets to what we do in the community, right? This is not a selfish movement because we give back more than we've made as a company. Facts, you know, and we partnered up, you know, with the Hard Rock, and we're going to take this show all across the world, you know. And this, again, this is just one, you know what I'm saying? This is just one of the many levels that we're gonna rise to. You know, I want the world to look out for that 5,000, a DADA 5,000, you know, deodorant, for the BYB energy drink, for the 5,000 energy drink, you know, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we're gonna hit the world with. You know, again, creative minds, they never take a day off. This is just the beginning, you know.
When is all that stuff dropping?
Oh, wow, we're working on that now.
Oh, cool.
You know, and I would say when you talk about 5,000 degrees, stay dry under the hottest of temperatures, right? I mean, they say, where are you making it? I said, hell, well, it's formulated on the sun. So the laboratory is on the sun. So, you know, if it can withstand the sun, there's nothing on earth that will make you sweat if you have 5,000 degrees on.
Dude, you can sell anything. You can sell water to a well, man. You can sell shit to a fly. I love it.
I tried.
Is there anything you want to say before we get going? And first, I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to being on a Guy Think podcast. I much appreciate that. Any sponsorships you want to give shout outs to, anything at all? The floor is yours, my friend.
Wow, you know, it's a lot. You know, Australia Insurance, you know, Best Buy Liquors, and there's a whole bunch of others. You know, and forgive me if I didn't mention you, but you know who you are. You know, also want to say, you know, to individuals who are confused about the sport of bare knuckle boxing, right? Bare knuckle brawling, bare knuckle fighting. You know, the gloves were always designed to protect your hands, not your opponent's face, right? What's the difference with getting hit with a bare knuckle versus getting a leg kick to the head or up to the forearm, to the face, you know, or a knee, clenched knee. You know, all of those extremities generate more power than the fist, the leg, the knee, and the forearm, right? You've had a lot of fatalities in boxing and in MMA. You know, they say boxing is the sweet science, you know, and rightfully so. But if boxing came from bare knuckle, what does that make us? You know, I want everybody, you know, the team is Gladys, Mike Vasquez, Pepe, you know, everybody, Elvis, you know, Elliot, you know, man, on Team 5,000, all of my guys, you know, man, thank you guys, you know, for coming together always, you know, showing up and showing out, you know, follow BYB Extreme, you know, on Instagram, you know, on Facebook, follow the Real DADA 5,000 all across the board, you know, stay informed, stay in tune with what's going on. And hey, listen, just keep building. We're only going up. We're only going up here.
That's right. That triangle is going to turn sideways and start working its way up, man. I love it.
Mighty Trigon, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next event for sure. So I am definitely gonna let my followers know about BYB, how to follow you guys, and when the next event is coming up. But it's definitely gonna be exciting, and I cannot wait for it, man.
Listen, and last but not least, I tell them all the time, we have 12 fights. We're gonna have 12 finishes. Nothing in the Mighty Trigon cage is gonna go the distance. You know.
I love it. Now, how many rounds do you guys go?
Well, for the females, we have 2 5-minute rounds. And for the guys, we have 3 5-minute rounds. The longest registered rounds in bare knuckle, you know what I'm saying, professional bare knuckle. Everybody else have 2 5-minute rounds. You know, our girls go, no offense to nobody else, but our females go 2 5-minute rounds. Our guys go 3 3-minute rounds, you know, but they often never go the distance.
I'm amped up, man. I really am. I can't wait for it. Hard Rock, April 3rd. And what was the time, first bell?
The doors from this opened up at 7. The first fight, you know what I'm saying, kicks off at 8, you know, and you know, it's like when you look at the greatest show on earth, it used to be Ringling Brothers and Bonham and Bailey Circus. Now it's BYB Extreme Fighting Series, you know, and the real winners are the fans, because these guys, they go in there and they lay it all on the line, you know, for the fans, you know, enjoyment and entertaining purposes. And you're not guaranteed to get out how you get in. You may come out with injuries, you know what I'm saying, that you may have to walk with for the rest of your life. But what a small price to pay for a shot at glory.
Got that right. Dada, you're a pleasure to talk to, my friend. Gentleman, class act. I wish you nothing but the best with BYB. I know I'm going to see you real soon. I cannot wait to attend the event myself, and especially when this corona ends, future events as well. So wishing you the best, and stay safe, man. Sanitize those hands.
Definitely.
Make sure those knuckles are nice and sanitized.
Yes,
Hopefully you got enough toilet paper. It's getting crazy out there, man.
definitely, man. And I thank you, at Bare Knuckle, for Freaks for having me on. And thank you to all of your fans, your supporters. Continue watching, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay in tune. More great interviews to come. I'm Dada 5000, and stay safe, America.
Thank you, brother. You have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
Take care.
Yes.
Well, there he is, Dada 5000, everybody. What a great guy, man. Really, I was on the phone with him today earlier before we did the interview. Just a class act. Great guy to talk to. Great personality, funny, and a very tough man. Very tough. So it's a cool mixture that this man's got, because he could kick your ass real quick, but he's a cool guy, and that's what I like about him. Humble, very humble. Great interview. BYB, check these guys out. Backyard Brawls, man. If you haven't seen Dawg Fight, check it out on Netflix. They're working on number 2. And a lot of great things coming up. This is an excellent promotion that is going to do really well. And I'm glad that Dada is a part of it and doing his thing. He's a good guy and he deserves the success. So, guys, check it out. I'll also be posting some stuff on social media tonight and tomorrow. So you guys can check out BYB and Dada 5000. So, again, Dada, thank you very much. Guys, do me a favor. And please do wash your hands. Wash your hands a lot. Also, I want to help businesses out. So if there's any local businesses that are out there, or even businesses around the country, if you guys are open but struggling because people think you're closed, let me know. I will go ahead and post it either during my interviews. I'll post your business name, the hours of operation, to let people know that you guys are still open, whatever your contact information is. We got to help the local businesses out during this hard time. It's nobody's fault. It's just that this shit happened, and we got to get together and help one another out. Free of charge. I'm not charging anybody to do any shout outs for their businesses during this time. So please, guys, reach out. I'll be happy to help you out. And again, do me a favor, subscribe. It helps me grow this thing and reach guests like Dada 5000, really cool people. I want to keep this thing going. So without your support, I can't do it. So please do that and follow A Guy Think Podcast all over social media. And you can check the website out as well for the analytics and all that good stuff. GuyThinkPodcast.com. And special thanks, of course, to Bare Knuckle Freak. Guys, thank you again. Stay safe. God bless. Tomorrow we got Slap for Cash. That's going to be the next episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. God bless you guys. Take care.